Well, good evening and happy Thursday evening to all you fine folks out there on the World Wide Web, Facebook and YouTube, all alike. It is Thursday night. It is February the 27th, the year 2025, and it is time for Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show coming to you live and in color on this beautiful, cool Thursday night in Southwest Georgia and Southeast Alabama studios. And we're glad you have taken the time to invite us into your home, your automobile, your boat, your plane, your motorcycle, wherever you might be tonight. Thank you for taking the time to tune in to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Guys, we got an hour and 15-minute packed show tonight with absolutely, we have no idea what it's going to be packed with, but I promise you it's going to be packed with a whole lot of information that you cannot receive at any other news source anywhere across the globe, including MSNBC and CNN. But you're tuned in live to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show right here, our studio in Enterprise, Georgia, our studio, Thompsontown, Georgia, our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia, and our studio at that famous turn number 3 at the Old Rocket Speedway in Dothan, Alabama, live all across the great United States of America and in foreign countries where it's legal and illegal for us to send this broadcast out. All 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and beaming loud and proud since day one to our good friends, our family, and our neighbors in the great state of Baker County, Georgia. Welcome all of you tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, we need you to know one thing. It's time for the truth and nothing but the truth. Information that you will only receive right here. But know this, if you do not subscribe to Common Sense Thinking, conservative Judeo-Christian principalities, and you don't know just how to just think and utilize common sense, go ahead, turn the TV off. Turn it off. Go get you an old Atari from 1982 and play the Ping Pong Asteroids or something of that nature. Get it out of your system because we're going to drive you nuts and run your blood pressure up. And the best thing you do is just go ahead and turn us off. But if you want to learn something tonight, you want to surround yourself with like-minded people who subscribe to those values, then you have it on the right channel. Don't you dare touch that dial. Don't you dare wiggle that aluminum foil on that antenna. Leave it right here, Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live. And boys, we got us a good one this week. We're 104.913,946 and 1/132nd of an inch in diagonal. Harvey's. We are live at Harvey's. Rent-A-Hen service, weekly, monthly, with financing terms and rent-to-own available.
Price of eggs, they ought to bring pretty good money.
That's a good business to be in.
Yes, sir. Price of eggs.
Harvey's online correspondent classes for hosting positions at Kentucky Fried Chicken Restaurant.
Say that again. Whoa. Say that again, please.
Harvey's online correspondence classes for hosting positions at Kentucky Fried Chicken Restaurant.
Oh. Hey, they're going to burn the computer up on that one, I guarantee you.
And Harvey's tax prep tips from Al Sharpton in Havana, Florida.
Oh, man. Oh, Lord. I'm glad we got Harvey. Harvey's good. He going to make money with that Rent-A-Hen deal.
Yeah, guarantee you.
I heard that might be going.
Go ahead, Charlie.
I heard they might be going to a new policy at Waffle House. Bring your own eggs. I'm not sure.
Bring your own hen. You know, you can
Bring
rent
your own
hen
hen.
out at Waffle House. You can rent your own hen out to customers at Waffle House. You bring you get your egg out there.
What was the other one? Was it IHOP? Something else no, it was Denny's. They put the 50 cents per customer charge on the egg like the Waffle House did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rent-A-Hen, I promise you, he's got better terms than Mullet Carpenter had at the furniture store.
Yeah. I've hired me some Secret Service agents to guard my hen house out there. Make sure nobody sneak in there and bar some of my gals for a while.
Man, I'm gonna tell you. Yep, eggs are high. Man.
They are.
I'm telling you, every week, the news gets faster and faster coming out of Washington, D.C.
Yeah,
and these
so
liberals,
fast, Democrats. Go ahead, Charlie.
The liberals have just melted completely down. If they ain't done got to the burying state yet, they're getting close. So, Marvin, you may have some good Democrat friends over there, Southwest Georgia. You'll be doing the eulogy for pretty soon. They're going crazy. They're going down.
They right at the point where the wicked witch, right where Dorothy's got that bucket of water and they can throw it right in the air right now, fixing to hit them. So that's when you're gonna see them. They're gonna compress down.
Yes, sir.
I'm melting. That's what it's gonna look like. They can't keep up.
I'm gonna tell you what now, old Pam Bondi's son, she's got them. She's got it where she wants it right now. And if that ain't on her desk at 8:00 in the morning, son.
What's she gonna do with Cash if it ain't on her desk?
Well, Cash understands. Cash. This happened before Cash got on.
She's his boss. She's his boss.
Cash told her that they would expeditiously find out where the ball got dropped on that.
I'll tell you where it got dropped. It got dropped on somebody in the FBI that's a Democrat that's toted that stuff out there, trying to delete it. That's where the ball got dropped.
Well, and what this? It just so happened that it was it occurred in the field office in New York City.
Oh no!
I'm shocked.
That's just unbelievable.
I am shocked at that.
I am too, Queasel. That ain't right. That's just that is some of that propaganda that the right wing folks is putting out. That ain't nothing but a lie. Nothing like that would happen in a wonderful, loving community like New York City.
Cheap fake. That's what they call it. Cheap fake. They gonna find out.
You reckon there's some folks in America and countries abroad that are nervous right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Very.
drawn up pretty tight.
They need to be. They need something. They need something to worry about. They ain't had nothing to worry about their whole life. Now they need something to worry about. They've been in control of their life the whole time. They think, but I hope they have to. I hope they had to sweat some bullets.
I think Pam's intention is putting them in up to the calaboose. What I'm thinking,
I think
she's
you're
gonna put
right.
them at. I think that's what's on her mind. And
Well, let me just make. I read the letter, and if I encourage any of you to go out there and Google the letter that she wrote to Cash Patel, if you've not read it, you need to read it and understand that woman has no fear of any man or woman that walks. I ain't saying she ain't got a fear of the Lord, but she ain't afraid of no man or any woman that walks.
She ain't afraid of no human. That's a fact. And you know that woman's right at 60 years old. She looked like she was about 40.
Yeah.
She told
She
she told
does.
her she don't worry. That's one thing about her. There ain't no stress on her. She
Yeah.
ain't had no stress in her life. She just be letting it roll, man.
Man, she laid that stuff on the said it had been on her desk and that there was 250 pages is all she had, and they're holding thousands of pages and videos and audio in New York that they have not turned over, and she's given them till 8 o'clock in the morning.
Hmm. We'll see. We'll see. I think she means business, but we'll see. I hope she's got somebody to back her up. Hope she's got somebody to protect her. Because
she,
there's some folks up there that live in New York. In New York, especially a couple, high-powered couple up there, that puts the lights out. They kill folks for a heap less.
On railroad tracks.
I'm gonna say allegedly kill folks.
Allegedly.
yeah,
And
allegedly.
I've got out of that in there, Mr. Shingler. I got out of that one. So.
She's got
Allegedly.
she's got her stuff together, and I'll let y'all know after a while how I know that. But she's got her
Okay.
stuff together. You can count on that. I
Well,
know for a fact she ain't playing, and she's got just what you said, Floyd. She's got the people to back her up.
I think she has too.
But I'll let you in on it in a little while.
Let me
well,
know. You got. I
hey,
know you got connected.
I got it. I got it. I know. I know what's going on.
and here's the good thing about it. She's gonna expose it all. She's not gonna sugarcoat whatever's turned over to her. The American people's gonna see it. And
Wow.
I'm telling you, there's some folks nervous right now. And I didn't know this. I had no idea of this. Are you aware that um, the other guy, other than Epstein, there's two of them that was in this deal that could have testified. Both of them wound up dead.
Hmm.
The other guy did too. Now we talking about Epstein was raking in about. They said it was close. He was raking in billions from these guys, from these investors. He was running his investment firm, and it wasn't thinking. Well, he was just running a cat house farm with underage girls, and I mean, I hope they get what's coming to them. That's what
Yeah.
I hope they get what's coming to them, because that's a sick, perverted individual human being that'll do that with the
You're right.
power money that they got. What is it? How much, how much more power do you need? How much more money do you need, to be happy in your life?
Mm.
Well, I mean, there were 250 alleged young girl underage
Mhm.
girls.
Victims,
250
victims.
Mm.
victims.
That's where the rub's going to be. I'm telling you, and
Well,
they need to be compensated. I know Epstein had to have some money when he died. He didn't take he didn't take none with him, and I don't know what he did, but I don't know where he had it squirreled away or what. But he had to have some money, and I know they got some checking account somewhere that's got a ton of money in them.
Somebody got it.
Got his name on it. They need to get it. They need to go ahead and freeze that. Freeze him and freeze George Soros' accounts. That's two they need to freeze right there. And they
they
will
gon'
go determine then.
they gonna get Soros. He done
They
he
gonna get
done
him.
run.
I think
He
they
done
gonna
been
get
the
him.
kingpin for too long. They gonna get him. But
Mhm.
what they ought to do with all them folks who was involved in that illegal underage girl deal, they ought to catch them all and then call their daddies and say, "Listen, we're gonna turn them loose at such and such a place at such and such a time." That's all they'd have to do. That would end that situation.
Well, if they got the right kind of daddy. See, that's what concerns me now is daddies. Where are the daddies when all these men pretending to be women competing in these girls' sports takes their clothes off and walks around naked in front of the girls in the shower in there, exposing themselves. pretending to be a woman. Where's the daddy? And here's another thing. Where's the daddy for the boy that's taking his clothes off and walking around there naked in front of all the girls? Where's the daddy? Where's his daddy? You know, we're missing daddies. That's what we're missing. A lot of
missing in action.
Daddies.
What would have happened in the 1960s had that happened?
Well, it wouldn't have happened. Number
You
one,
wouldn't
because
have-
you know why? Because they knew there were going to be consequences to it. Now there's no consequences to anything anymore. Anything they want to do, like in San Francisco, they got a building out there, the Nancy Pelosi Federal Building in San Francisco. Can't even go. It's closed down because it's too dangerous to work in the Nancy Pelosi Federal Building in San Francisco, California. They're closing down the Costco's and those big box stores and everything in San Francisco because of the homeless people and all the thugs that come in there and rob them. I was reading about one store in San Francisco. They lose $7,000 a day with shoplifting. And that's not shoplifting, that's robbery. They lose $7,000 a day. They said, we done. We closing down. They ain't no need to stay in here. So, you know, the daddies are a lot of, they're non-existent these days. That's the reason we got so much mess going on now. That's my opinion. If anybody got you want to counter that with anything, let me know. But I don't, they wouldn't have happened in my time at all.
Mine neither.
No, it wouldn't have happened.
There might have been one episode of it, but you'd have never heard about it. You just find somebody go missing is what would happen. That'd be the end of it.
Hey, y'all, we got a brand new sponsor tonight.
Yeah.
Ranch Services. Tell them about it, Floyd.
Spooner Ranch Services right over there in Iron City, Georgia. Mr. Matt Spooner and his family over there have been doing this business since 1998. Hard-working folks. Now, that's just an example. Look how straight that fence is. Look at that corner post. It ain't leaning everywhere. Look at those gates that they put up. Now, that's just one example of what they do. They'll fix your road to look just like that right there. If you want it fixed to look like that, they'll fix you some gates like that. The Spooner family over there in Iron City, Georgia, custom fencing, been there since 1998. They get barbed wire. They put mesh wire up, gates, corrals, land clearing, driveway grading. They do it all. They're good local folks. They're good farm families. I'm telling you, that's strong right there. Spooner Ranch Services, Iron City, Georgia. Mr. Matt Spooner, give him a call, 229-254-6089. If you want your fence straight and tight and you post your corner post straight, call them right there. Spooner Ranch Services, 229-254-6089. Matt Spooner, Iron City, Georgia.
Hey, guys, got something to share with you. Walmart is making some changes corporately. You're aware that they have the riding scooters in there for people, and a lot of the times you see extra large people on those scooters. Well, Walmart was having a problem with people being able to get into them, so they have solved
Come on in.
They better get a bigger scooter, Marvin.
Yeah, hey,
if you in a Walmart or Sam's and you see one of them scooters coming, you better get out of the
You better go. Better get out of the way.
Man, please.
yeah, I'm like you, Queasel. That crane might work,
Yep.
but that scooter
They better get a bigger scooter.
That scooter, they got to ramp that scooter up some.
Yep.
I've seen some in there that winding up sounded like a chainsaw motor trying to carry them folks around the corners in there.
Hey, this was sent in for Vic Hunter. This is live down in Iron City, Georgia. That's what Peach Orchard down there, Peach Depot Orchard is looking like in Iron City, Georgia. Putting on the blooms, boys.
I'm glad, man. I am glad of that.
Looking good right there in Iron City, Georgia.
Being as you put that on there, that brings up a point, Floyd. I reckon we need to let everybody know about our new segment we're going to be starting. Mike could even start it tonight. A couple of weeks ago, we was talking about gardening and getting gardening tips. And so we was trying to figure out who could we, use. And all of a sudden, it come to me that why should we search anybody? We got the world's greatest gardener right here in Miller County. So Floyd wrote up a contract today and got him to sign the contract. Floyd, you want to go through some of the details on that contract?
Yeah, the contract signed. That we got it signed. It's inked in, signed, and we got to notarize the whole deal with the professor of produce, the South Georgia dirt farmer Mr. Charles Pickle up in Early County on the Early Miller County line. The professor of produce, the South Georgia dirt farmer, Charles Pickle. Now he has grown everything. He's grown everything from pecan trees to watermelons to turnips to mustard. And y'all know how little a mustard seed is. That's biblical. They're talking about the mustard seed. So he's grown everything from mustards all the way up to big pecan trees and beyond, if you will. So we kind of thought about it and said and talked to him about it, about tips, gardening tips. And a lot of people out there are novices. They're amateurs at trying to have a garden. And a garden's a great thing to have. Not only is it good for you emotionally, it helps you. It helps you with your blood pressure and gives you something to do if you haven't got anything to do. And plus, it gives you something good to eat because you know where it comes from. See, those onions right there will be safe to eat because we know where they come from. So the professor of produce said, "Yeah," I said, "I'll be glad to answer the questions." And what we're asking you to do tonight is you're tuned in. If you have any kind of question about God, when is it a good time to plant this, and how do I need to prepare my soil? And what do I need to do to get my soil elements up to where they should be to make it a nutritious soil? What do I need to use? What kind of seed? Where can I get some good seed? See, that's been a problem. If y'all will, over in that right-hand column over there, where people are tuned in, I see some of our good friends are dialed in now. If you will, just ask a question.
Yeah.
We're not going to call Mr. Pickle. He's a busy man. He likes he likes to have his space. He likes to stay in the comfort zone of his home. He don't want to get in no long conversation with some of y'all because I've had long conversations with some of y'all, and I know how that runs. It runs on. It keeps running on and on. So y'all type it in there on the right hand.
Yeah.
And he'll answer the question.
Yeah.
He'll chime back in. He's got his main associate there with him. She knows how to run a computer, and
That's
he
right.
knows how to run a garden. So y'all just ask some questions if you want to. And during the
Yeah.
course of the show, he'll chime back in. They'll answer your question. You ain't got to do it right now, but don't call us with calling in with a bunch of questions and all that stuff. But if you do have a question, just do what I ask you to do.
Yeah.
Dial in, chime in. Everybody out there, y'all got a computer. Y'all know how to type it up. So ask it. We'll see if we
Lloyd,
get it.
Lloyd,
And
I wanted to let you know that when this is his onions here, and when he sent the picture, he wanted me to make sure that I knew to let Floyd know that the grass and weeds were not eating those up like he got scolded on the last time I put.
Oh,
yeah.
Floyd the one got scolded
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
from his
talked to him.
associate. From his associate, I think his
Yeah.
associate got chimed in
Yeah.
on Floyd,
Put a,
and
she
she had
put a,
every right to.
she
So,
put an exclamation point after it too.
I think about 3 exclamation points on the end there.
I was I was late, getting in because I was on the phone with the professor. He was out there watching. He just come in. He'd been out there dirt farming all. I mean, that's the best name, Floyd. I think he's making the dirt produce. And
Mm-hmm.
so he gave us a little bit of hints just to kind of get some things started. I told him that Marvin was generous enough today to let me off work. So I come home today and planted my taters and my snap beans. And he said, "Well, you're probably going to get plant your snap beans over." He said, "You might have planted them a little early, see, so maybe I should have called him before I planted them. I don't
Well, you
know."
didn't
But
know. See, you weren't informed. See, but
that's right.
you meant well,
But
but you were uninformed. See,
I
that's the
didn't know.
problem
So
that we do. So we don't have the correct information. Now,
I
if you
got
got
them
that on your
planted.
mind, anything, just
That's right.
chime in. They say, "Mr. Charles, what about this? What does my pH need to be on my okra? How far
Well,
yeah.
apart do I need to space my okra to produce?" So
yeah.
just simple questions. Because a lot of people, like I say, they don't know how to garden. They just get out and throw some seeds out there and think everything gonna be cool, but it ain't.
Ain't
It ain't
that way.
like that.
He said, if you just need nitrogen, just put some ammonium nitrate out there on the onions. Listen to this here. I told me about, we talking about by day young, them onions that we just saw right there, they planted at Thanksgiving. And he puts a little calcium nitrate out there for them. That's what helps grow and helps them make them sweet. See, I would have never known that. I've
No.
been growing garden for years, but I never would have known that. And he gave me some some tips on what to use for grass. I mean, to control the grass. And Easter's late this year, but he said it's always a sure bet with your squash. 10, 15 days somewhere like that before Easter. That's when you need to be planting your squash. And he's full of knowledge. and I think his knowledge is the best kind. It's the knowledge that he's got out there and earned, and he's learned over the years. That's the best.
Levon,
So,
Levon, if you're you just put the question. Those are Vidalia onions, or I mean, they're I don't know. That's a trademark name, but they're sweet onions. Yeah.
Sweet onions, yeah.
And pH needs to be 6.2 for your okra, Floyd.
See that? Look at what you've done there right now. Yeah, Miss Levon, those are the. I assume they're Vidalia. I'm not an
yeah,
expert.
Vidalia.
We need to let Mr. Pickles, the professor of produce, we need to let his associate answer those questions. We don't need to be spouting off in an area that we're not comfortable in.
Yeah, he told me they was.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Well, that's all we need to know.
An insinuation that I didn't know what kind of onions them was.
I'm not saying that, Marvin. See, that's what you're jumping to conclusions.
See? And you know, he just told me, Floyd, how we got on him last week, and we trying to lay off of him this week. But
we ain't got on him last week.
Whoa. Who you talking about? Get on who? Who?
Marvin was whining.
Hey, we got to
Marvin
go.
was no. Oh no. Take that down. Hold it. We need to have a little meeting here. What was he whining about? By goodness.
Everybody was on him last week. Everybody was on him. What he told me. Everybody was on him. Didn't give him a chance.
Look, I didn't push the way I should have to find out where the hell he was the week before that we never did get an answer for.
Where was I at? I don't even
know. How do we know? I don't know where you've been this week. I've been trying to call you all week.
Oh, he was in a conclave this week.
Yeah. Hey, we got, because we had an extra advertiser. Go ahead, Queasel, and tell them about TK's Bar and Grill.
We had this discussion last night at TK's Bar and Grill.
We'll get back on that conclave after a while.
Yeah.
We discussed last night that we wouldn't get to talk about Marvin because he would go to a commercial while we were sitting and eating at TK's Bar and Grill last night after church. Let me tell y'all what went down there last night. I fell back on my favorite, man. I got that blackened catfish fillet and some onion rings and a salad. Man, let me tell you, you talking about something fitting to eat. It was, and I just kind of looked around at the food that was coming out just so I would have a good idea of what all I might want to talk about. Man, I saw two of the prettiest hamburger steaks you ever seen come out there just piled around with them fries that Floyd talks about, them hand-cut homemade fries. I saw it looked like about 5 pounds of wings on one certain person's plate. He had a stack of wings. It was about I'm gonna say at least a foot high, and he had some fried cabbage wrapped up in bacon. That's what he ate, and it took him about 12 minutes to eat everything and clean it up. And I'll let y'all figure who that was. What else did I saw? I saw some shrimp come out of there. Just anything you want, they got it. Perfect atmosphere. They open at lunch every day, Monday through Friday, and at night they're open Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. Man, I'm telling you, you can't beat it. Go down there and see Miss Haley. She'll fix you up with whatever it is you want. And let me tell you something. When you get it, you guarantee two things. Number one, it's going to be hot. Number two, it's going to be good.
Amen, brother. We eat lunch there. Me and Nadine is eating lunch there 3 days this week. Great lunch. Y'all go in there. It's good home cooked food. You cannot go wrong.
And you never know who you're gonna see in there. I saw Wayne Wilkin last night. I ain't seen him and ain't no telling how long seen him in there. And then I saw a deacon come in from a church. You know, I come in there. There's another deacon from the church come in. He come in the door and started smiling. I said, surely not. I said, surely. He said, yeah. I said, he said, he coming. I said, how did he come in? Why'd you invite him to come out and eat? He said, I didn't. He said, hey, the church, he asked me, was we going out anywhere to eat? And I said, yeah. And he said, where y'all going? And he said, I said, we're going to TK. He said, I'll see you there. Come down there. Invited himself right on in on his deacon. and all that. But I'm not calling no names because I said I wouldn't say nothing bad about him tonight, so I'm not calling any names.
No, we
Did,
got
did, did,
no.
the, did the deacon pick up the tab for the minister?
I don't know. I didn't have the heart to stay there and look. I left
I
because
just
I
asking,
just couldn't.
just
I couldn't stand it.
And the preacher, from what I heard, the preacher was running late because he had to do a wedding last night at 8 o'clock. If
No,
you
that
remember.
ain't why the preacher was running late. The preacher done the wedding at 7:30, but the fee didn't transpire until several minutes after everything else had left.
he wasn't gonna leave till that money was in his hand.
That fee,
I've been down that trail before
yeah,
too. Up there
had
in
to have that
Shillman,
fee.
Georgia, with him, drug off with him up there. Had to drive home, had to ride home. We rode up there with Marvin, me and Nadine did, to a wedding. Somebody real good friends up in Shillman. Marvin, he driving about 75, 80 mile an hour and looking at me. I'm sitting in the front seat while he's driving. And then he won't do that. I mean, he won't look at the road. He'll look at you. He'll lean over and look at you while he's still driving. We got up there and went through all the procedures, all the niceties and the wedding. And the wedding wasn't very long. Nice wedding, but it wasn't very long. And then they had this open barn thing where you go in there and sit, and that's where you refresh your car. You go in there, and I had me a couple of refreshments while I was, we were waiting for Marvin to finish up. And anyway, we sitting there, and I was about ready to come home, man. It was getting pretty dark, and me and Nadine would like to be home, when it started. And we go to this is Shelburne, there's Shelburne or Edison or somewhere up there, north of Arlington, if you will. It was what was that place we was at up there, Martin? Wasn't Shelburne, it was somewhere up anyway, in that, but y'all know it's in that. I'm not familiar with that area a lot up there. We about 40 miles from home. I know we need to be getting home. And there was a preacher there. She's a Methodist preacher here. She's from over around Skipperville, named Jean Watson. She preaches out here at Cook's Union. Been there a long time out here at Cook's Union Church, and they love her. But bless her heart, she's blind. She had eye transplants when she was a young woman. Oh, she was blind with that. She's still about half blind, still can't see. So anyway, we got home. I mean, we were driving home with her. And she was driving about like Marvin was. He's driving just about like I thought to myself, Nadine, I was sitting in the back seat, Nadine sitting in the front seat up there. I thought to myself, I said, well, this is just about like Marvin. And Marvin can see good. So she had an excuse and he didn't. We got home fine, no problem.
Well,
That's the first time I ever been on with somebody who refused to look at the road while he's driving. Refused going one way.
I ain't gonna ride with you.
Coming home with a half blind person.
Ask Marvin.
I'm ever been involved in that, and I love them both. They're both great people.
Ask Marvin what my rule is for his driving when me and him go somewhere.
He don't drive. That should be your rule.
That's pretty close.
Floyd, let me ask you this question. I can't remember. My mind ain't that sharp. Why did y'all leave early? Why didn't y'all go back?
We didn't leave early. We didn't leave early. We left late because Marvin was still waiting on them to pay him. I said, come on, Marvin, let's go to the house. Oh,
No.
You're waiting on the fee. Yeah.
Gotta see them Franklins come out.
So we wasn't early. We didn't leave early. No, we left on time. And Marvin still hadn't got his money. So I said, this deal is fitting to fall through. Let's go. And Reverend Watson said, all right, home with me.
Well, I heard last night that this certain preacher was trying to double his fee. He tried to talk a man to go out there in the yard and chase down some of the single women what just left out of the church, that he would marry him while he was doing it.
Yeah,
they could have two ceremonies together.
I think some of these preachers sometimes, and Lord knows I love preachers, ministers, they have provided a great service. I think they go sometimes, they all the time, Queasel, if you will, they go to what they used to call it association meetings, The association meeting off somewhere. And they got speakers and all there at these. It's some, I don't know what they call it. It's a retreat or something. They got some name for the other association meeting, but they go there to learn all the tricks from one another about resource building, about more resources into their church. I think Go ahead.
Is that part of that prosperity gospel we hear about sometimes?
It could be, but then I
Okay.
say, and you know, I got to think about it. I said, all these preachers, they go off to all these, you call it conclave, didn't you? Quick, all the,
Conclave. That's what it is. He was
they
in a
all do it,
conclave.
all free will, whoever, no
Yeah.
Methodist, Baptist, or whoever it is. They go, and I got to thinking to myself, I said, now, where is Jesus in all of this? I said, that ain't how you get close to the Lord, driving 200 miles for all them to get together and have day-long meetings about how we gonna do this, how we gonna do that. That ain't you know how you get close to the Lord. You know how you get out and what you do is you negotiate around and travel around your church family. And you go visit the sick, shut-ins, and infirm. You go to the hospital and visit with them. You call them on the phone and say, "Look at here, Miss Maud, Sister Maud. I know you're having a time. Is there anything I can do to help you? Do you need your grass cut? Can somebody
Well,
go to the grocery store for you?"
they
That's
tried that.
to the Lord. And
They tried that.
not at the conclave, wondering how you gonna make more money and how you gonna get more members. See, oh, we gotta have more members, more members. No, you better keep the ones you got.
Well, they tried to out
I,
there.
I'm just, I'm just, opinion and viewpoint. But
But
I've always wondered about that. Why they got to go 200 miles off to learn how to run their own church? If they
what
just, if they were just, and there's a word for that interacting with your congregation. I got a widow woman lives down here on my street down here. Bless her heart. Me and Nadine went to eat dinner today. She's out there on a riding lawnmower, 12 o'clock sitting out there.
does her preacher ever come check on her?
He come down there one time and fogged up the whole place down there with some kind of skeeter spray. We couldn't breathe for about 3 days down here. She had to leave and go stay with her daughter and son-in-law because he fogged up the house so much with all that skeeter spray.
Where does
And
she go to
I ain't calling
church?
no name, but it ain't. I'm just telling you about that woman.
It's time now. We got to
Where does that woman go to church, Floyd?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't believe it. I don't know. I don't know about this. I'm just using that as a for instance.
go ahead.
Oh,
Tell me,
okay.
it's a big meat company. Our proud sponsor.
Boy, I bet she'll be a week or two before he gripes about folks getting on his rear end again, won't he? Woo! Yeah, bless his heart.
Ooh,
So we got meat. All right, we talking local, folks. That's what we, the four of us, like to do. We like to spread the word on great local businesses and one that puts fresh, custom cut meat on your table is about as good as you'll get. Sawega Meat Company is that company. Two locations to serve you: 431 in Headland, on right there next to Alabama Power Company, and of course over in between Blakely and Colquitt on 27, right around the county line, Miller Early County line, not far from it. Check them out. Great cuts of beef, pork. You'll find cheeses. You'll find all sorts of great food. In fact, the other day I was guilty of going in and getting me a little bit of Brunswick stew, boys, and a little bit of their chicken salad they had, and it was fine. I guarantee you, you'll love what you get, and you'll get great service and great products from Sawega Meats in Headland and between Colquitt and Blakely.
Hey guys, I had wrong one right there. Guys, I wanted to throw this up. Charlie, you'll be interested in this. That's as big as I could enlarge it. They are going to have a benefit beat down on cancer to benefit Miss Mary Edison in Blakely, Georgia. Miss Mary is suffering from cancer, and it's going to be on March the 8th at 1220 Columbia Street in Blakely, Georgia. Now the card is subject to change, but they're going to have a beat down on cancer, Miss Mary Edison benefit to raise money for her. It's going to be a huge wrestling event. Two big raffled items. They're going to have a personalized football signed by head coach Kirby Smart. Another item that they've not announced. They're going to have a silent auction with all kind of Florida State and Georgia memorabilia and all of that. And they want everybody to come out. Tickets will be sold at the door. General admission is 10, ringside is 12. Kids 6 and under free with a paid adult. And the bail time is at 7 o'clock p.m. And that is going to be on March the 8th. Guys, y'all go and support. I know Miss Mary. I know her family. And many of you up in the Blakely area, in that area, know who she is. Y'all go and support this worthwhile cause. You'll have a great time while you're there. Might even be able to win some items or get one of the raffle prizes or win a silent auction item. Go and support it. Help for this worthy cause that's going on in Blakely, Georgia. And we just wanted to advertise that. Listen, anytime that we can do advertisements to help people out that are nonprofit, we're willing to do them. And that's one of these. I just want to invite all of you. Go on the Facebook and you can look at any of these items and or look at the poster and all that and get a little bit more about who will be there wrestling.
Can I mention a little bit of history here? This entertainment history, if you will. On my Facebook this week, or yesterday or today, it came up that on this date in 1982, Merle Haggard played a concert at the White House. In 1982, that would have been for President Ronald Reagan. And I remember it had a Dothan connection to it. The Dothan connection was I was at WTVY FM at the time, and I remember they came in the studio and says, "You need to announce this. Due to circumstances beyond our control, Merle Haggard will not be performing on such and such a date at Cowboys on 2/31." It seems that the concert was sold out at Cowboys, but Ronald Reagan asked Merle Haggard to play the White House. You might say, well, Merle shouldn't have done that. He should have stayed with his fans. It was Governor Ronald Reagan that pardoned Merle Haggard from his crimes at San Quentin Prison back in California. So old Merle done the right thing, folks. He missed the beer joint in Dothan for the White House in Washington, D.C.
He might have owed him a little bit, hadn't he?
He owed him that concert, Queasy. He owed him that concert.
Yeah.
But that,
It's time for trivia time here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits, our good friends on the square, 109 West College Street in Colquitt, Georgia. Go by and visit Miss Vicky. Go in there and pick you up a T-shirt. Go in there and pick you up one of her gift items that she has. Go by, look at her catalog, whatever custom work you need done, embroidery, T-shirts, logos, digital designs, anything in that area and that line. Go by and see Miss Vicky. Just go in and speak to her. Let her know that you heard about her on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. And go by and visit with her and buy something while you are there. Tonight's winner will receive a car tag, compliments of Southern Hissy Fits, a Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show licensed car tag. And here's tonight's trivia question. This is a hard one, guys. Who is this? Who is this person?
what do you ever do?
Oh, that's what I'm asking.
Well, that's what the question is, yeah.
Who is this person? This is a tough one now. It's going to be hard to Google this one. It's going to be hard to Google this one. Who is this person?
How you gonna Google a picture anyhow?
Well,
You
I'm
not.
You got to know a name before you can Google the picture. I think.
Marvin, what did y'all do at that conclave you went to?
Yeah.
Who's the next ad? Let's see, coming up.
Did y'all learn how to ask for $64 million jets for your ministry?
No, sir.
Okay.
Who is this person right here? That's the trivia question brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt, Georgia.
You got me on that, and I ain't got no idea.
I ain't got a clue.
Yeah, it's
Floyd, do you know who it is?
I know it.
Uh-oh.
I know it. He had a nickname.
That picture would be dated around 1990, if you will, 1990.
1990.
Yeah.
1990. Yes, sir. That would be.
They took him.
what's that? 35 years ago? No,
35 years ago.
that ain't Tucker. That's a good guess though. That's a good guess.
That is good, yeah.
But
Very
if
yes, you're in the line. No, it does look
if that
like Osteen, yeah.
Joel Osteen,
He got Joel Osteen hair though, Jeremy.
Yeah, but do he got his teeth?
I will say this: Strickland is Sheila Strickland is warm. That is in the right direction of where Sheila Strickland's going there.
put
It
the
is
picture back up there again. I done got these clues. I want to know.
He was a heartthrob.
Remember, let me give you a hint. Remember what was going on in 1990. And then look at that picture behind him and kind of see if you can put it together from that. Remember what was going on in 1990. Look at that picture behind him. That should give you a little bit of a hint.
I can't remember what went on yesterday. Must have left 1990.
And I can't see no picture behind him either.
Well, I mean, not the picture, but the landscape, if you will. behind.
Oh, okay. It looks like the old blue curtains we used to do wrestling up against at the TV studio.
Levon, it's not a singer. No, it's not Michael Fox. That's another good guess too. I mean, I can see the resemblance there. Sheila Strickland is the closest with Tucker Carlson, but it's in that along that same line. It is not Tucker, but it is.
Tell him what he did for a living, Marvin.
He was a correspondent during the Gulf War, and he had a nickname. And he was a correspondent during the in 1990 during the Gulf War in
when Iraq was invading Saudi Arabia and Kuwait.
Yeah. Put it up there one more time, and then if nobody gets it, I'll give you another hint. That's him right there.
I've seen the face in the picture before, but I just can't.
Yep.
Was he on CNN?
Not sure about that.
I don't think so.
Is he still in the business today?
Tell him his nickname, Marvin.
His nickname was the Scud. You know what a Scud missile is? The Scud Stud. That was his nickname. The Scud Stud.
Man, that sounds like something they call you, Marvin. It's good.
That was my wrestling name. That was my wrestling name. No, it ain't Tom Brokaw, Jeff Cox, but you in that.
He's in a different lane.
Yeah, a little different lane than Tom Brokaw.
Floyd Cousins guessing, but he don't want to win, so he ain't gonna put it up there.
Yeah, it ain't Wolf Blitzer, Lord. Wolf's son. As well, I mean, and it's fine because I mean it's gonna be hard.
It's a big deal. Yeah, it is interesting.
That was Barack when he was living in Hawaii.
But he was still white.
Floyd Cousins, he stole the name out, but he said.
Hey, it's Ronda Jarvis Pate. They both of them hit it at the same time. Brian Whitaker and Ronda Jarvis Pate.
But your cousin had it for them, but he said he didn't want to win.
Yeah, he doesn't. And I don't know. I know. No, it ain't Peter Jennings. I know Brian Whitaker just won not long ago. Has Rhonda Pate won? I don't
think she won one.
Yeah. Rhonda, send me your address. Oh mercy.
Lisa Swoodler Laskin, now we're fixing to get your ass off of here. Go ahead and let me go ahead and inform you what's fixing to happen to you, Leah Suwalaki. You fixing to be toast, honey, on this show.
I got to figure out how to get that off of there now. I don't be liking all that now. I can't. Let me see how I'm gonna have to go in. Y'all gonna have to tolerate it till I can. I don't know. I'm gonna have to block her and do something with Lisa Sulasawati.
You don't live around here, I bet you, Leah, do you? Nope.
Can you blow that picture up?
No, but I'm gonna find her. Don't worry. I don't like that. Anyway, I can't do nothing with it, y'all. I'm sorry. You just going to till I get. Don't worry. I'll get her blocked.
We apologize that some folks ain't got sense enough to be at least considerate that there might be children or something watching the show.
I tell you what, do. Let me tell you what, do, Marvin. Take the whole thing off. If she's gonna try to do it, because she's coming back again. Just take. Can you take the whole thing off?
Yeah.
Just
There
take
you
it
Wait a
all
go.
minute.
off.
She
Yeah.
put something else up there. What'd she put, Marvin?
She put. I couldn't read it.
Something about everybody's pleasure. She's trolling us. That's what she's doing.
Yeah.
It may be a he. It's probably a he with a name like Leah. It's probably a he, pretending to be a woman. But
So
no,
and
You
so
can't.
that's where we are in today's world. You take one something like that and it ruins it for everybody.
Yeah.
It
But
just
you
ruins
got
it for
look
everybody.
here. You got half this population is stupid Democrats.
mm-hmm.
If y'all don't like me anymore, fine. But I have started. Let me do a little confession here. I have started looking at my friends on Facebook. And some of the ones that's been there ever since I started Facebook in 2012 or whenever it is. I've known they Democrats, but the more stupid they act and stupid things they post after Trump has been elected, and the things they say, some of them are farmer friends griping and complaining about stuff they ain't even got a right to gripe and complain about yet. I'm deleting them as friends because I'm going to follow Floyd's advice and be around like minded people. And to hell with the Democrats and the way they think. I'm sorry. That's just it.
Well, we apologize for that, y'all.
Yep.
Normally, that's the first time that's happened. We've been on 5 years. That's the first time that anybody has posted anything. We don't talk like that. We don't act like that. We don't use that in our language. Now, if you are a complete moron, that's the kind of language that you speak. But we're intelligent enough to talk without
You
using
Yeah,
that
you use that language when you don't
every
got
other
no
word.
other words.
That's it.
Thank you. That's my sermon for the night.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you how much that has changed. I'm gonna go back to days in the broadcast business and the wrestling. I worked for WTVY-FM. I also did wrestling. I was kind of the punch guy that some of the management of WTVY TV would come to me when things were said on TV by somebody in the wrestling thing, and we need to calm that down. If one of them said hell, I mean, I got called in on the carpet. You need to tell them to calm down. Well, look at the language that is acceptable today. Just look at it.
All right, I
And
got her blocked now.
Do it, Marvin.
There you go.
do it, Marvin.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we pay you the big money. That's why we pay you the big money.
Yeah. She, he, or it will not be back unless they come under another name. But be warned and look me in the eye. If you come, I will block you.
Mm,
Yep. We don't
I'm
want
with
you.
you.
We don't want you watching. You're a detriment to society. We do not want
That's
you
right.
watching. Okay?
Yeah,
Uh-uh.
I wouldn't put that one in the like-minded people. I
No,
don't
that's
think.
not the
No,
right.
I don't think.
Well, and I mean, here we are trying to have a civilized show, and I got people texting now. They said they're gonna go on. Said if you see the comment on there, go on and report it as whatever and to Facebook. Which I mean, here we are having a good show, and then somebody come along right there and put something to sidetrack us. That's exactly what they was trying to do. But I got it's 9:55. I need you to come on here right here, Floyd. I ain't trying to get the heat off me on this one. Go ahead.
No, they don't eat on you, but
Well,
No, you done redeemed yourself tonight.
she's open business.
Yeah,
She is
you done
open
redeemed
business and
yourself.
in business, doing business, selling some of the best seafood you've ever seen in your life. Go in there and visit with her. Tell her what you want. She'll cut it just exactly like you want it. If you want you about 3 or 4 of them little salmon fillets, little salmon steaks cut out there, she'll sell you the whole slab, and you can cut it up yourself if you want to. Got frog legs, scallops, crawfish, shrimp, oysters already shucked out. I got me a little can of them oysters in there the other day, and I sat down and ate them things. They were so good. Catfish, mullet, oysters, it by the bag, red snapper, whatever you want. Go in there and see Ziggy B. Do some business with her. She'll appreciate it. She'll remember who you are. Go in there and tell her that you heard about her business there on the Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. She'll treat you right, I guarantee you. So you will not go wrong at Ziggy B's Seafood Market in Colquitt, Georgia, right there on West Main Street. Go see her, check her out.
Thank you there,
good
Floyd.
stuff. Good stuff.
Hey, we appreciate you guys that are reporting. I appreciate y'all standing with us on that. I mean, y'all been with us 5 years. You know we don't tolerate stuff like that. And this is a PG show, and we don't tolerate stuff like that. And I really appreciate we appreciate y'all's support on that. But Leah, whatever her name will, Susan Lawati, she ain't coming back. She gonna either going back to Afghanistan or wherever she's from.
She's probably she probably needs to go watch some old reruns of The View and to get her some CDs of Barack Obama's speeches when he was president. Check that out. Listen to them.
She needs to. I'm looking at the TV. She needs to go. She needs to study these Lumi commercials and see how she can go 72 hours without stinking.
Mm. Mm.
Libby will help her none.
What happened to soap and water? I just got a question. What happened to soap and water?
They quit using it. It's too much trouble, man. Too much trouble to take a bath. We're gonna spray and put some rub on. Or just get you some diesel fuel and rub all over you. I guarantee you,
kerosene.
What you smell like.
Kerosene.
Uh-huh.
They won't know you stink if you put diesel fuel on you.
No. They won't never know it.
They won't never know it.
It's heap cheaper than that Lumen.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. It may not be. That's about $4 half a gallon.
And I tell you what, that you rub something at diesel fuel where she's talking about rubbing that Lumen, you won't be.
It won't work where Lumen works.
I wonder what diesel fuel would do to a hemorrhoid.
Try yourself, Marvin.
I don't know.
Report on that next week.
Report on that next week. Yeah. We'll save you 15 minutes.
Hey, you can ask Raymond.
You don't even
what rubbing alcohol
don't do no picture. Just give a report on it.
Yeah.
I could do like Charles. I could do a medical report each week, and I could test it out. Like the hypothesis, the effect of diesel fuel on an inflamed hemorrhoid.
I tell you what you can do. You can call Raymond Holt Jr. and ask him what rubbing alcohol will do to it when you skeet it up there. Ask him what it'll do for a hemorrhoid. He'll tell you. Yep. He'll tell you.
All right. So I got another bill to pay right here real quick.
Hosted 9. Hey, I went by there today and the parking lot was slap full. And I mean, you couldn't have got a car in there nowhere. I don't know what they had going on. I don't know if it was a gun seminar or some kind of parts seminar, but it was packed full. And you can look in the picture, see they got any kind of gun you want, any kind of long gun, any kind of rifle. And here's the thing, if they happen not to have the exact one you want, you give them just a little bit, they'll have it there. They can order it. They got any kind of scope. They got all kind of stuff getting ready for turkey season coming in. They got it. They got all your farm over next door at the parts house. They got all your farming stuff you need, your lubricants, grease, oil. They got hydraulic fluid. They got any kind of filters, whatever you need. It's time to get them tractors ready to go. It's time to get in the field. They got it at the Holster 9 and Phillips Auto Parts, 27, about 3/4 of a mile off the square, right under them two American flags. Go see them.
Hey, guys, I just figured out the problem. That's Leah right there, and she was mad.
We got a picture of Leah.
You did not get her permission to show her picture on TV.
That's what it was. Leah was upset that I had done got her picture off
It's amazing how some people get their feelings hurt that quick, ain't it?
Unreal.
It's just a shame. It's just a shame. But that's the way it works. That's the way it go.
How much have they cut this week, and how many jobs have they cut? Anybody know off the top of your head?
I heard him. I heard Elon say yesterday, I believe it was, that they were going to cut, I think I'm right, $4 billion a day from now till September. $4 billion a day is what he said. And he said that's what it was going to take to get America turned around.
Y'all know Elon. I got a lot of respect for Elon, but and here's my opinion. Y'all bear with me if you will on Elon. I'm gonna just kind of share my opinion. Elon needs to put the chainsaw down. That's not a good image. You know, if I had a doctor operating on me, and he said, "Mr. Kimball said, we got to get in there. We got to cut a big lump out of your intestines in there, and I'm gonna use this chainsaw to cut that lump out with." You know what I would say to the doctor? I said, "Oh, give me my clothes. I'm fitting to get out of here and go home. I want somebody with a sharp knife to get that thing out." So the chainsaw image don't work for me. I know it. I know he's flamboyant, and I know his theatrics and all that, but it don't work for me. Look at him, man. What if he goes to taking a chainsaw? What if he goes to taking the chainsaw to things that work? And it's real easy to get now caught up in stuff like that. When you go and do stuff like that, it's real easy to get caught up in your activities. And you know, it'd be like somebody we're gonna cut. Well, you know, I don't need you to cut my head off to fix a ingrown toenail. You know, but let's make sure we're working on the right stuff. But it makes me nervous. I'm just saying that. I like Elon. I think Elon's a smart man, richest man in the world. I have no problem with all that. Richest man in the world, but just moderation. Have you all ever heard me say that, Marvin? Moderation. Huh? Moderate yourself, man. Just come out there. You know, we don't have to do all that. We just ease back on the throttle, if you will, a little bit. Because we got some programs out there. That if he goes to cutting in agriculture with a chainsaw, agriculture already done got their legs cut out for money. Agriculture done got his legs cut off. They just on stumps right now.
That's the guy that was running with the stump. What was his name? Uncle who?
Yeah, it was Uncle Dykes with his legs burn off. Just back with the chainsaw. When I saw the chainsaw, I said, "Man, please do not let him crank that thing up." Because he's spastic anyway. He's spastic and he's a nerd anyway. He don't know how to. There's some people that you don't need to put a chainsaw in their hand. And I know a couple. I know one real particularly do not put a chainsaw in that man's hand.
Would he be close proximity to you on the screen?
First thing he's gonna do is cut your foot off. Go ahead.
Johnny Shingler Law.
Shit. Billy is at a conclave. I saw earlier today it was at a conclave, and it had to do with drunk drivers. Now, I don't know if he's gone to learn how to be a drunk driver or how to defend drunk drivers. I'm hoping it's to defend drunk drivers. But continuing education is part of the Shingler Law Firm. You have to be up to date on what's going on with the law. And in his case, different states, we got three right here beside each other. And the man to call when you need a lawyer, whether it's for a simple will, a simple little document that you might need, or whether it's you're in trouble and you sure enough need somebody to get you out and defend you. Shingler Law. Give them a call. 229-524-1225. All you need to know about legal counsel in Southwest Georgia, Southeast Alabama, and Northwest Florida. Check them out. Shingler Law in Donaldsonville, Georgia.
All right, guys. Our good friend, don't know if he's watching tonight, but he was last week. T.C. Berryhill, proprietor, General Berryhill Auctioneers Incorporated. www.berryhillauctioneers on the World Wide Web in the auction business for many years. Some of the greatest auctions around the country and the globe. Our friend, our confidant, our sponsor in perpetuity of Floyd's List of Impossibilities and more, our good friend, Mr. T.C. Berryhill.
Oh, list of impossibilities. I want to open with something other than the impossibilities. I got 3 or 4 here. I've had a real hectic week this week. Had a lot of work I've had to do and have not had time to real focus on impossibilities. But I have focused on some other things about all of these people that government employees that actually don't work, you know, that they don't show up for work or they have no idea even if they're alive. And that's one thing Musk said. He said, we're sending out these emails to people, said, we don't even know if they're alive or not. So if you'll respond back to us, you know, we'll know that you are at least alive. But they got a union. You know, they have a federal employee union deal. Here's the federal employees union list of demands to the Trump administration. They're always giving demands. You know, all these unions, they demand this and they demand that. Well, here's just some of them. It says that they are demanding employees no longer required to show up on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, or weekends. It's one of their demands that they're.
You cannot make this up.
Paid leave for emotional trauma of being asked to work. Don't ask me to work, man. Hey, that traumatizes me. Okay. Paid travel for trips from the living room to the home office, to the office. Sometimes you need a snack on the way. Who's going to pay for my snack? Here's another that they demand. This is one of their requirements. Thinking about work counts. So I'm gonna think about working. So I'm a government employee, so they're gonna have to pay me. Here's one. Break room. The break room must contain a Mr. Coffee and a Ms. Coffee. Federal employees demand impossibility that anyone who watches The View has ever attended a Pentecostal church service. Impossibility that Sports Illustrated magazine will ever ask Whoopi Goldberg to be on the cover of the swimsuit issue. And here's a true fact one right here. Impossibility that there is any more useless or worthless organization on the planet than the United Nations.
Come on.
Hey, yeah.
Yep.
Preach it.
Floyd, to add to what you just said, Doge found out this week, it was just posted today, Texas nonprofit organization collected from the Health and Human Services an overflow facility for migrants that sat empty to the tune of $18 million per month, and they just canceled the contract. They were
Hey, that's
renting.
chicken feed. That's chicken feed compared to what that Joe Biden tried to give to Stacey Abrams out the door.
$2 billion.
Which when her nonprofit organization actually had $100 in money in the bank, don't give her $2 billion. He needs to be in the electric chair. Is where he needs to be.
Housing for unaccompanied migrant children that was empty, never had anybody in it, and they were paying $18 million per month to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal.
That's where Musk needs to take his chainsaw to that now. But he needs to take a scalpel to some of that other stuff.
Charlie, there you go.
Kelly Crop Insurance. We appreciate them being a part of us every week on Thursday nights. And I tell you what, we need to get some comments up. I see a comment that a warning would come from professional farmer Charles Pickle when he looks at that 49 degrees a week from today. Look at him. 78 Saturday, 73 tomorrow. No mention of any precipitation until we get to Wednesday. Got a good chance of rain, and already some of the meteorologists locally are warning that we could have some turbulent weather coming in on Wednesday. Stands to reason we're 70-something degrees today and going to be kind of warm all the way up to Wednesday. And that's going to be a day where you need to really be careful a week from yesterday and be careful and watch what's happening with the weather. Temperature-wise, though, it's like springtime. And, you take a gamble here and there on some gardening seeds here and there. And we'll talk to Charles Pickle about it maybe some next week. But thanks to the folks at Kelly Crop Insurance, put our weather up for us every week and it's warmer than usual type situation right now until we get to a week from today, and then start out at 39 and only get to 49 for a high. Welcome to Southeast Alabama, Southwest Georgia, and Northwest Florida, where if you don't like the weather, it'll change on you in 24 hours or less. Thank y'all for watching, being with us on this Thursday night, and every week. We appreciate y'all. And we just four guys that get together and have a good time. They all started during the COVID era and has continued into 5 years now. So we appreciate y'all. Pray for this nation. Pray for the safety of our president and all those that are in control, and pray that the good Lord's will be done in everything that they're doing. Queasel, it's yours.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, it's good to be with y'all tonight. Hope we made you maybe a smile come across your face. We appreciate y'all trusting us to let us in your house, and we do apologize again for that crap that come on there. I mean, that was nothing. We don't have any control on what people send in, but Marvin has figured out how to control it when it gets him. So
Done
Marvin
good.
done a good job tonight. Need to give him credit for getting that out of there. We apologize that somebody don't think enough of themselves to talk like that. So if they don't think enough of themselves to talk like that, they certainly don't think enough of nobody else to care. But it bothers us that y'all had to see it. Please don't hold that against us. We'll do everything in our power to keep that from happening again. It's important for us to know that y'all can trust us. We want to make you laugh. We want to do it in a clean there's a line we just will not cross. We've been doing that for a long time, and we've always uh, been able to draw the line, and we will continue to do so. So again, we apologize for that. But again, thank y'all for letting us come in. If you see a firefighter, you see a deputy, a police officer, a sheriff, a state trooper, a paramedic, EMT, a member of our armed services, tell them thank you. Tell them you appreciate what they do to keep us safe. And sometimes that might be the only thanks that they'll get. We love y'all. Floyd.
Thank you, Queasel. Amen, brother. Look here. Always exercise your Second Amendment rights, no matter where you are. We still have that right and that privilege to do that. Protect yourself and your family at all times. Be ready to protect them. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Know what's going on around you. Cut your eyes this way and cut your eyes that way. And see who's around you. See what kind of people are surrounding you. See what kind of people are in your or in your proximity. Do that and surround yourself with like-minded people. Always surround yourself with like-minded people. Don't hook up with fools. Hook up with somebody. Always try to hook up with somebody that's smarter than you are. Listen to them. You ain't gonna learn nothing from nobody that's dumber than you. So listen to folks that's smarter than you, and you'll advance yourself in life. And tonight, when you lay down, put your head on that pillow and start closing your eyes, saying your prayers, you thank God for what He's done for you today. And you'll go to sleep and you'll still be thanking Him. And what other thing I want to remind y'all of? Any of you out there, any of you young folks that may be watching that has an elderly parent or elderly parents or grandparent or an aunt or an uncle that that ain't heard from you in a while, and I mean like today, call them, check on them, make sure they okay. Check on them in the morning, make sure they okay. You know that Gene Hackman was him, and he was probably $100 million. Dead in his house for days. They say they done mummified in there. Nobody checked on him. Nobody
That's
seen
right.
about it. So do that. I urge you to do that. Check on the old folks in your life that you love. It may not be nobody but a friend or a neighbor, but check on them, make sure they okay. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all again, the good Lord willing, next week.
Hey guys, we love you, appreciate you again. Tonight was living proof that squirrels come in 2 legs and 4 legs. So just be reminded you can't never know what a squirrel's gonna do. But anyway, we took care of it. We went ahead and run right on and run right over that squirrel. But hey, we thank you for Spooner Ranch Services, TK's Bar and Grill, Sawega Meat Company, Ziggy B's Seafood Market, Holstered 9, Phillips Auto Parts, Shingler Law, Southern Hissy Fitz, Bear Hill Auctioneers, and Kelly Crop Insurance, our fine sponsors here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. You know what I'm going to tell you? Sunday's coming. Go to church if it's where you can. Give the Lord his due. Tonight I don't have a scripture, but I've got a great quote that I want to read. I found this today. One of my friends had it posted, and it was an older man who was taking care of his wife with dementia, and he left his grandchildren 10 takeaways of wisdom, and I want to give you those 10 takeaways in closing. Number one, say I love you more often. Number two, mentor someone. Number three, keep the main thing the main thing. Number four, do what you love. Number five, with the people you love. Number six, stay humble. Number seven, don't take yourself too seriously. Number eight, we are all beneficiaries of God's amazing grace.
Mm.
Nine, don't lose your identity in your work. And number 10, a sense of humor always helps. Man,
Yep.
what some good words of wisdom right there.
That's
Guys,
it.
Right
love
there,
Good
you.
ones.
Thank you for inviting us into your home this week. Lord willing, and the creek doesn't rise. We'll be right back here next week, same place, same time, for more Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But no matter where you go, no matter what you do, no matter who you do it with, no matter if it's going off to a minister's conclave, always be
Be ridiculous.
But
love y'all.
See y'all.
Good night, y'all.